Barry, welcome back to Raith TV. How are you?
Yes, good. Obviously, we've given the players a day's rest, but we've been back in working, getting ready for the weekend.
It was a busy week. We've had Tuesday night, you've got Saturday, and then of course you've got Wednesday night next week against Livingston as well. Looking back very quickly on the Airdrie game on Tuesday, disappointment, but is it one of those with the game so soon afterwards on Saturday there, do you just try and flush that out and focus all on Saturday?
Yeah, definitely. I obviously watched the game back. Lots of positives to take from the game. Some negatives, obviously. I was frustrated at certain parts of the game, but as I said after the game, I think if you're probably our top end of the pitch, players weren't really at their best, and they can't always be at their best, but just make sure you keep a clean sheet. So if you can't go and win it, just don't lose it, and that's what I said. But we look, as I said, we look a lot better defensively as a team. Airdrie normally go and take 60-70% possession of teams, didn't do that to us. So our possession stats have been getting so much better as well. All things that we have to keep working on.
And of course it's not all just about looking back, we want to look forward as well. So a big challenge against Queen's Park on Saturday, and of course the challenge against Livingston away on Wednesday. From your own point of view, do you draw on experience when you played in the English Championship at Middlesbrough, looking at that schedule that you used to have as a player where it was midweek, Saturdays midweek, and do you take anything from that?
I suppose even if as a player played with Celtic, you've all the European games, or it's something your body gets used to. My message was clear: the players, that's not an excuse. I won't be having that. So we're here to perform and play in games, and you've got to make sure that you go and do that, and don't use it as an excuse or a thing in your mind that you think you're tired, because you're not tired. Go and enjoy it, enjoy the game, and bring your best performance, and that's been the message clear to the players. Looking
back at your career, like going in these Celtic games midweek and then European games, big games every single week, how was it managed, and what do managers have to do to manage players, levels throughout the week when you've got games so quick succession?
Well, normally in these teams that you're talking about have a big squad, a really big squad. Obviously we don't have a big squad here. We've got a small squad, a tight squad, so that's the hard part. That bit there is difficult, but yeah, we've got a good culture in our team, and we've got boys that hopefully we can keep them fit. We train hard to try and make them more robust, so that's what we try and do, and we've got a good group, a good mentality at the minute, and tiredness is an excuse, so don't. They've said that to them, that won't sit well with me.
I know that you only look at one game at a time, which is understandable, but from a lot of supporters that have looked at this sort of cluster of fixtures, having the 3 Saturday back-to-back home games, people have looked at this sort of cluster of fixtures and said this could be season defining for us, whether we know which way we're looking. Are we looking up or are we looking down? How have you found it so far, and obviously looking ahead to the last of those 3 Saturday home games with Queen's Park? We want to try and get that 3 points, obviously.
Yeah, I think when I came in it was probably more looking down, if people were. I think we're probably more looking up now. We've got a really difficult game, but there's been inconsistencies with the team all season, and I think that it's never easy that when you have 3 strikers not here available, right, and that's no excuse. That's not, you take that out at any team, and you're not missing them for a week or two. You can miss 3 or 4 players in your squad, and you can have a defender, a midfield player, and an attacker, or a fullback, or whatever it is, but your whole front 3 is difficult, and I think the boys deserve a lot of credit for stepping up to the plate with the goals. We've taken a couple of players in to help. Aidan Marsh, we've taken big Jamie Gullen in to try and help us out, and they've done really well. Finlay Pollock, obviously, so the boys have done really well, but if you had them available as well, then imagine how much you could chop and change, and you get a lot more freshness. And so that's not an excuse for us. We don't use that as an excuse, but as a team and as a club, we want to just keep improving and getting our performances better, and taking each game as it comes. And because why would I look at the next game after it? You can't, and you take your eye off the ball. The whole everything is putting in. Every member of staff, every player, all energy is putting into this one game.
Mm-hmm. When the key word that we've spoken about a lot over the last few weeks has been consistency, and I think one of the things that we haven't had here at Raith Rovers, when you look at it, you're the third manager this season, there's been a lot of inconsistencies, players injured and stuff like that, but one thing we are starting to see with your squad is a real sort of core in that team where, a lot of the players, you're starting to say before a match now, the team almost picks itself sometimes, where you know where individual players are going to be. How important is that for you to the back four, back five, back three, goalkeeper, and through the middle as well?
Well, there was a lot of chopping and changing in the team, and I'm not saying that the team is fixed, but by none of the means. I look at some of the players I've got that I want to get in the team. Some really important players we've got that I want to get in the team. But I've tried to. I think the back three, if you want to change to a back four, we can change to a back four if you want. The team's got a bit of flexibility in it, so we sort of we jump in and out of systems. But no, I've tried to bring a level of performance and consistency. That's what I've tried to do, and I think you've seen a lot of that over the last few weeks, few games. Even at games are becoming really tight. I mean, there's nobody really ran over the top of us since I've been here. The Ayr United game, when I was in the door 2 days or whatever, and the game sort of fell away for us. I didn't get much time to. But after that, I think you started to see a real level of consistency of performances. Nobody's running over the top of us anymore. We're not hemorrhaging really bad, lots of goals. I think our set plays are starting to get better. I think our transitions are starting to get better. Our possession stats have been better. I think a lot of stuff's been getting better, but still lots to improve.
You hear a lot about people talk about like a manager's identity and how they want to play, and you'll obviously have the way that you like your teams to play, and we are starting to see that. But when you first came through the door, you've talked about all these things that you've just mentioned there. You can't fix all that at once, you can't implement that all at once. So has it just been a case of trying to be as patient as you can? Let's start putting our imprint on that area and just working your way through.
Well, yeah, and plus what players you have that the previous managers had, but you've got to find a way to get the best out of them players. Like, you're not going to go and play a crazy high line if you've not got somebody quick in defence. You're not going to put balls in behind if you've got a striker who can't run. So I had to measure up and see what the team had. Obviously we couldn't go and spend lots of money in a window. So I came in and looked at, right, what have we got? What's the best system for this team? What suits this team? How much can they run? How far can they run? How good are they on the ball in different areas? How can we play? How can we overload at the back? How can we press at the front? All these sort of things. And that, I've looked at the players and I've tried to put a lot of my identity into them with what they can do as well. So you've got to, as a manager, you can't just come in and go, well, I want this type of player and I want this and I want that. No, it doesn't work like that. You've got to come in and get the best out of other managers' players or the club's players. So I've got to find a way and get the best out of this group, and they're a terrific group. They work really hard. The culture is really good. There's never any moaning. They get their heads down. They work hard, and you've seen that with some of our performances. Has
there been any nice surprises, like since you've arrived? You'll have looked at Raith Rovers, you've looked at our squad and results before you took the job, but when you came in, was there anything you thought was going to be a little bit harder that hasn't, and you've gone, that was actually worked quite nicely?
No, I wouldn't say. I've basically stripped us back and tried to build us from the bottom up, and the most pleasing thing is the players and how well they want to do. No moaning. They get on with it. As I said, some of them deserve more game time, and I've not given them, and they never moan about it. They just keep working hard, and they will get their opportunity as soon as I can. So I'm really pleased with that part of it. And I was pretty clear with my standards when I came in, and they've all jumped on board with that, which has been great.
Fantastic.
And when that's the standard there, and they all meet it every day, and if you keep your standards up, you've got a better chance of being a good team.
Absolutely. Well, talking about guys who work hard and people that you haven't maybe had a good look at, is Sean Byrne and Lewis Vaughan are sort of in the fringes, ready to come back in soon.
Yeah, I've not seen Sean Byrne, not seen Louis Vaughn. Well, Sean was injured in that first game when I'd just come in the door, so I've not seen Sean Byrne, I've not seen Louis Vaughn, I've not seen Big Jack, I've not seen Callum as well, so probably, arguably, what people tell me for maybe starters, so that I've not had. So yeah, it's good to see these guys, and my main concern is trying to keep them fit. We've not had the best availability here, so obviously I periodise the training in my week to try and squeeze a wee bit more out the team, and also to try and keep them fit. So it'll be good to see them. Obviously we've got to give them a bit of time. They've been out a while. They're not going to jump back in and be at it. Yeah. We've got to give them a bit of time and space to get there. But no, good to have them back.
Looking ahead to our challenge against Queen's Park on Saturday, then what are we expecting from that team, and how are we going to tackle it?
Well, good team. I know Callum well. He's a really good manager. His teams will always be organised. He's bright, knows what he's doing. His team will know what they're doing. Be dangerous on set plays. So yeah, it's as difficult as it comes. They've got a strong squad there. I know some of the players that I've worked with in the past who are very good. So yeah, it's another really difficult game for us, but as I said, one that we need to keep putting these performances in, and if we do that, we've got a chance of winning games.
We are approaching the sort of tail end of the third period of the season, going into the last quarter. You know, what is the message that you have at this stage of the season? Because it is down to the sort of nitty-gritty time of it, isn't it? It's where performances sometimes don't matter as much as getting results, and trying to keep that level of performance, and also just keep the momentum going. What is the sort of message that you give to the players at this stage of the season? Just
keep working hard and keep listening to the instruction we're giving you, and keep performing. Bringing the best version of yourself every day. If you're not having a good day, work hard, help your teammate. Pretty simple, and that's what the message is to the players. It's hard to win every game, really hard. So you've got to keep that. How would I say? I wouldn't say momentum. That 100% razor focus every day in training. And if you do that, you give yourself every opportunity to be performing well at the weekend.
Well, fingers crossed. All the very best on Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you.